Hi everyone, my name's Gareth. This is my second attempt at this. I hope it records this time. So I'm gonna just sit here and paint and ramble because it helps me get my thoughts out of my head. And I paint because this is my hobby. I paint these things. Camera there. They're miniatures. I have more of them than I have hairs, probably, and probably too many. But it's what I do. It's what I love. So I collect them, and I paint them, and I play war games with them. I'm doing this because I'm suffering with depression, and I'm having counselling for it. I'm going to a group on the Tuesdays, and this is actually Tuesday now. I got back about half an hour ago from my session, and if I didn't do this now, then I probably wouldn't do it. So here we go. While I'm doing this, I'm going to be painting these hormigants, which are little gribblies. I have like 100 of them. I've got 15 painted, so I'm going to try and get some more done. But basically, I wanted to talk about my depression because at the moment my parents aren't here. I'm 36 and I live with my parents still, out of necessity and because I kind of have to. Well, necessity is having to. Because my job doesn't pay enough to let me buy my own place, and I don't know. I know my parents like having me around because I'm their son. They kind of have to, but like I help them as much as I can. Probably not as much as I should, but I do. But I work full time. And I work quite hard. Too hard, some people say, but there we go. And I work nights. Get this into shot rather than you just watching a blank screen. Yeah, I work night shift, so my sleeping patterns are all screwed up. I'm awake when everyone else is asleep. I'm sleeping when everyone else is getting up and going to work. And when they're at work, I'm getting up, having breakfast and whatever. This all kind of, I wouldn't say it started this year. It's been a progression over a number of years, but the counselling's helping. I'm not there yet. Got 2 more sessions to go. And we'll see where we are after that. But yeah, basically I was walking home today after my session, and when you're just walking, things come into your head. Like the session we had is trying to understand these thoughts and think about other things and distract yourself and so on and so on. But I was kind of planning to do this, which it shouldn't be planned. It should be more of a spontaneous thing, I think. They're all about planning. They're all about plan to do something and follow it through. But sometimes being spontaneous is good as well. So I'll try not to actually linger on what I was thinking about saying and just ramble instead, because it's probably better. So I've probably been suffering with depression now for most of my adult life. I know I was depressed as a kid, and I was not in good places when I was younger. I was bullied at school. I was bullied not at home, but I was bullied by my friends. In my eyes, I was bullied by my friends. They never saw it as that. They just saw it as banter. But what one person's banter is another person's bullying, I guess. And they affected me in ways that will probably stay with me my whole life. But doing this now, I mean, I've been doing this hobby, this wargaming hobby. Painting wise, probably 25 years, and the actual playing side, like we play little war games with these things. For the last 5 years, for about 4 of them, I've helped run a club in Uxbridge. Met loads of great people. We've all got one thing in common, that we all play with toy soldiers. Generally we all paint them. Some people don't. Some people get other people to paint them or play them unpainted, but that's fine. I help run the group, have done for about 3.5, 4 years now, and it is my social time. My Monday nights are my social time. Well, everyone else is like just getting into the week. My Monday nights, I'm off work, and it's my Sunday night is my Monday night. So run out of space here. So yeah, don't like this is not going to be a wargaming video as such. This is just me painting while I talk. And please don't feel like you have to watch this, because most people won't want to, or don't want to, I can't be bothered. That's fine. But I need to say these things. I need to get things off my chest, maybe out into the open. Specifically regarding my friends who over the past few years I've cut out of my life. And so yeah, this all goes back to the bullying thing. Like I said, in my eyes I was bullied by my friends. I wasn't a strong enough person to do anything about it, and I took it, and yet I was a nice person, I think. I helped all my friends when they needed help. Helped them move house, helped them garden, helped their grandparents. And this isn't aimed at anyone in particular. It's kind of just me going on. And when I needed people, they were never there for me. Not at all. So about 5 years ago now, a big group of them, I just said, look, enough's enough, cut them off. And I don't regret it, because it's been good for me in a way. But I do regret it because I miss them. I miss all of them. And I know they're all getting on with their lives, and probably half the time they don't even give me a second thought, but it's fine, because people are busy with their lives. And that is life. People get on with things. But this year I cut some more friends out of my life. Not for the reasons of the others, not because they were bullying me as such, but for reasons that I needed to concentrate on getting myself, let's say, better, but not better. I needed to what's the word? Stop being content with my life. I needed to start looking for a bit of happiness. And yeah, they were my last friends that I grew up with. And no, I have one more. He lives a couple of doors down from me. I don't see him very often because we're both busy. But I told him that I needed time to spend on me, and like, it sounds silly because I haven't got kids, I haven't got a partner, I'm single, I live with my parents, I work, and I have free time. I war game and whatever, but I don't think I'm a selfish person, but I needed to be selfish for a little while. So when I sent that to them, they didn't understand, and they were very much about their feelings. But everyone sees things from their own point of view. It's not about, you don't see things from everyone else's point of view all the time. And I miss them as well. I miss them a lot because, like I said, I've got my friends that I game with, and some of them moved away now, but it's their path, it's where they've gone, and I miss them. But I've made new friends through this hobby. A lot of new friends, I think. I like to think of them as friends, because if I didn't, I've got no friends. But there you go. And it is tied into the hobby, and I've got, like, I'm a very, I use social media a lot, so this video will probably go up on Facebook, and if I'm brave enough, it might even go on YouTube. But maybe not. We'll see. So yeah, I broadcast things a lot, and I was saying in the group session today, like, we wear masks when we're in public, and like, I want to say I'm truly myself when I'm at home, but no, sometimes even around my parents I wear a mask as well, and it's not, I suppose it's healthy to an extent, but to be me, I thought, well, look, there's no one here. Just do this, and this is just me. I'm generally the clown. I play the clown quite a lot, and I crack jokes. I make light of things. It's my defense mechanism. Like, people have in the past called me a Chandler-like character from Friends, because I do everything is a joke, but I shouldn't be like that, I suppose, because some people take what I say the wrong way, and I'm trying not to be a joker on this, because there's things I've got to say which aren't funny, and I feel I need to get it said because it's hurting me, and it's damaging me. Like, with the depression, it's like, everyone has, like, everyone who has depression, it's personal to them, and like, even if you talk to people about it, and like, people won't understand your specific depression. Mine, like I've got a big family. Like, I've got nieces, I've got nephews, I've got brothers, I've got a brother and 2 sisters, and I've got mum and dad. Still, I've got nan and granddad. They're still here. But to my core, I feel lonely. Like, it's going to sound typical of the old geeky wargamer thing, but I've never been much good around women. I I'm I'm generally shy when it comes to them kind of relationships. Um, but I try, and sometimes it is a mask, because if you didn't wear those masks, if I didn't wear those masks, then um, I probably still wouldn't be here. Not that I'm saying I'm going to do anything bad to myself or anything, but I might have disappeared, run away, I don't know. But I need to be me for a little while, and work doesn't allow that. Work, I've got to be a certain person at work, which is the confident and pushing myself and talking to everyone, because that's just what's required of me. And when the real me wants to just sit there and do this, I'm breaking things now, because this is my passion, and this is my fallback thing when I'm feeling miserable. This camera needs sorting out. Hope that's a bit better. When I'm feeling miserable, I want to be doing this, but even then, sometimes I don't do it, because it's I'm not gonna say it becomes a chore or a task or whatever. I'll get my tongue sorted out. But just sometimes it becomes too much. Like, I know I have so much of this stuff. Like, I could never buy another model, and I will never finish painting them all. And people have said to me, "Why don't you sell them? Why don't you, whatever?" But like, when I was younger, I got myself into silly debt, like you do when you're starting to earn money. I got out of debt eventually. It's hard work. You've got to work hard. And I sold off practically my whole collection to pay bills and whatever. And when I got myself to a point where I'm comfortable with money, I'm not rich, but I am fairly comfortable. And I'm not gonna own my own house. I kind of have to accept that now. Short of a miracle happening, like a lottery win or whatever. I'm probably going to be living with my parents for quite a long time. Like, people have said, "Why don't you rent? Why don't you rent?" And I'm like, it's I've got in my mindset it's dead money. I I I'm not saying I'm terrified of change either, but the whole idea of someone else being able to say, "Look, wait, I've got to have you out now, selling the house from under you," I wouldn't want that, not at all. So I've been saving up for a deposit, and you never know, it might help. It might happen one day, but for now, I'm getting on with it. And maybe this is part of the problem. I've been too content with being content with life, rather than pushing to be happy. And like an old friend of mine, I can remember, he was obsessed with people being happy around him. Like, "Why aren't you happy? Why aren't you smiling?" It's like, 'cause sometimes you aren't happy. You are okay. You're not sad, but you're not happy. You're just okay, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when being okay has become what you always are, like, I have my moments. I joke and I laugh, and I have happy moments. I'm sad sometimes, but in my core, I'm lonely and I'm content with life. But people keep saying how you should push yourself. And this is kind of what this video is. I'm pushing myself a little bit because I've been thinking about doing YouTube videos for my wargaming for a while, and unless I actually got myself on video as such, not actually on camera, because I'm not on camera, I'm never going to do it, am I? So this is my first attempt at doing something like so. This is my second attempt because, like I said, the first attempt I didn't record it, so there we go. But yeah, my like I said, I've got a big family, and I love them all, even though I don't say it very often. I'm still lucky enough to have my parents with me. I know some people don't, and they're still together. They're actually in Vegas at the moment. They're in Vegas with a friend of my mum's, and hopefully having a good time. Probably, as they were all flued up before they went, they're probably sleeping it off. But oh well. But yeah, doing this therapy. It's not even therapy. It's a boost your mood group. It's called. We're trying to understand what makes us depressed and what brings us down, what puts us in the frame of mind to think a certain way and to have bad thoughts. And I think it's working. Met some really, really nice people. Like the two women that run it, they must be like saints, because like, as much as people say don't let other people affect your mood, like, how can you not? Like, if you're around depressed people all the day, all day, every day, maybe they're not. Maybe they have one session a week with us and they do other things during the rest of the week. I don't know how it works. Like, how can you not be depressed if you're around depressed people all the time? Like, they deserve a medal, but maybe that's something I'll do. Not give them a medal because haven't got that ability, but maybe a bunch of flowers for them at the end of the session. I might do that. Yeah, but the people, like, everyone's got depression in their own forms, and it's like the group's not about being specific about discussing what your problem is. It's about understanding why we feel this way and what causes us to think certain things. Like, and people will laugh and whatever at what you go into that kind of thing for, like, especially like the older generation, like the guy at work, my supervisor, who, like, me dwelling on past things again, but I've got to say it, he my first week, I've been off work for 6 weeks with this and with my blood pressure. So I went back after 6 weeks off, and this is a guy who knows exactly why I've been off. He's been told everything because I've told him everything. And the first thing he says to me was, "All right, sick note." Oh, it wasn't even that. It was, "Oh, look, sick note's back." And that kind of a person, especially when someone who's in a position of power, I want to say, he's a supervisor. He's not really got any power, but he has to some extent. He's got power over me because I'm a warehouse bod. That's not a good thing. Like, his man management skills need adjusting a little bit, and like the old me would have bit my tongue, wouldn't have said anything, would have dwelled on it for a long time, and then another time in the future when he says them kind of comments, I might have blown up at him. But and this isn't a recommended thing that I suggest people do to their supervisors, people in charge of them, or whatever. I told him where he could stick his head, and walked out of the office. And people in the group that I go to, when I told them this, they were quite shocked at the fact that this guy. But it's the environment I work in. I work in a warehouse, and it's very much a lad's environment. Like, I know that's as sexist as possible, but there aren't any women there. It's a filthy place. It's grimy. You literally, you come home and you have crap in your hair and whatever, and your hands are disgusting, and so on and so forth. But like, there's no women that work there, and I work nights as well. Generally, me being sexist again, women don't want to work nights in a cold warehouse. Like, guys don't want to work nights in a cold warehouse, but you got to pay the bills, right? So yeah, so I've been working there 14 years, I think. Maybe 15 years. Probably way too long. But look, like the manager, the guy above this supervisor, he's been really good to me. He's seen me through 2 lots of sicknesses now, because a few years ago I was off with stress caused by another guy who was in charge. I won't go into this because you never know, he might see this, but he didn't understand, and like, again, he was another guy who, from the generation above me, where he didn't understand work-related stress. He didn't believe in it, so it didn't exist, and didn't understand bullying, because he was the bully, and he didn't see anything wrong with what he was doing. But that's all gone now. And I'm back to work. I've been back to work for 2 weeks, although I'm off work this week. Does me some good, I suppose, being off work again. But getting the sleeping pattern back again is quite hard. But yeah, so I'm just again, this is just going to be me rambling. It will be like my online tag for Instagram and Twitter, and because I'm social media junkie, I suppose. I do this, and I promote my painting on there, and I've done some commission painting. I've been paid to paint models. I'm my own worst critic. People say my painting's good, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy with how I paint, but I could get better. But it's okay. And I run, like I said, I help run a gaming club in Uxbridge. And we've got, on Facebook, we've got like 300 something members, but we average about 20 to 25 members on a Monday night. And our Monday night's our club night, and the club's doing okay. Like, it doesn't need me to be there all the time, but if I'm not there, then I'm not doing anything, so I should be there, and I am. I wasn't there last night because I had to be in my counselling session so early this morning, so yeah, I didn't go. So next week I am going because I need my fix, but this week I'm in the local hobby shop as well, which is in Uxbridge, and like, see, because this is a social hobby, and when you're not a social person, sometimes you need to push yourself, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going up to the shop, and it's not your normal shop where you go in, buy something and walk out. This is a community shop, so you can go in sit and paint and chat, and you can buy stuff. And generally I try to buy something because you're taking up space and you're taking up the manager's time and talking to him or whatever. So I feel the need to buy things, and I buy books at the moment because I'm banned myself from buying any more models, which I've been on since July, not April, like I have been telling people, but it's July because the new edition of the game came out and I bought that. That was the last thing I bought, hobby model wise. But I buy books because I read, and yeah. So I like I said, I paint, and I've painted so many of these things now. So I can do this. I can sit and talk, and I can chat, and I can get on with things. I generally speaking, I listen to music, but I can't do that if I put this video up because copyright infringement and laws and crap. But anyway, so yeah, so I've been enjoying myself being at the hobby shop. It's helped me a lot, and the manager there, like he might see this, he might not, but I owe those guys so much. In fact, the last 5 or 6 managers they've had there since I got back into this 5 years ago, like I've spent a lot of time in that shop. Not so much over the past year or so because work commitments and stuff, but I'm trying to go up there a bit more, and it's a good crowd up there, and so it's a weird shop. You can go in there and sit and chat to people, and as long as it's about this hobby sort of thing, do you know what I mean? Go in there and chat about tennis. I wouldn't ever chat about tennis, can't stand it, but there you go. But yeah, with the depression and that, I mean, you go into the shop and you put on a mask as well, because I've got a responsibility. I run this club. I interact with people because it's my hobby, and like you could ask me anything about this hobby and I'll go off on a tangent because people do, right? People have got kids and they talk about their kids endlessly for hours and hours, and like people will listen. Like, and this is what I do with my hobby. This is my thing, and it is like, it's not sad. It's a good thing I've got a hobby like this, because I could be out getting drunk every weekend or sticking stuff up my nose or smoking or whatever, but I don't smoke. Can't stand smoking. I don't really drink. Well, I'm saying that. The last few months I have. Not to excess. 1 or 2 a night maybe. Maybe once or twice a week. So that's not mega. But I could be doing worse things with my time and money than this. And I don't. But people don't get what I understand. What I get from this hobby. Like, it helps me relax, and it's a big thing now. Like, you've got YouTube channels and you've got actual websites that do just this. And okay, they don't sit and they don't paint in front of a camera like this. Well, some do, and some don't. But they do battle reports, and they do tutorials on how to paint and all kinds of stuff. It's like I said, I'm a social media junkie. I watch way too much of YouTube. But they've helped me through like my years of depression as well. Like there's a particular YouTuber who's had I would say a hard year. I'm not going to go into details and give his name, but he's he changed his lifestyle for his wife, and then his wife got rid of him. And like, okay, I don't know the whole story, because you're never going to know the whole story between a breakup of a relationship, you know. But I sympathise with it, and like maybe I don't understand it because I've never been married and probably never will be married. But see the negative thoughts again. You never know. I could get married next week. Go to Thailand and get married. Nope, never gonna happen. But he does this. He sits and paints and he talks, and when I paint sometimes I literally will have this playing on YouTube, him talking, and it's just something to paint along to. You know, it's I don't know how many other wargamers do this. Maybe none. Maybe I'm just a bit weird, and that's okay because I'm fine being weird. But yeah, it's my hobby, so I'm happy with it. But yeah, I like all of my friends used to do this when we were younger. We all used to do this. They all grew up and had families and kids and went to university and whatever, and I didn't. I want to say I didn't grow up, but I did. I got older. I wouldn't necessarily say I grew up. No kids, but nearly, I suppose, but not quite. No, I won't go into that anymore. But like a friend of mine, who I don't see very much anymore. I can remember him a few years ago. I was talking to him and his wife, and they were saying about how they see what I do and they're so jealous of the free time that I've got. And I said to him, well, I'm jealous of the family you have, because he's got, I think, 3 kids or 4 kids, and a wife and a house, and it's pressure. It's a case of grass always greener on the other side, I suppose. But you know, it's yeah. I at one point I would have given my right arm. I would have thrown all this out the window, this hobby stuff, to be married and have a kids and a home to call my own. And yeah, maybe after I had that, I would be like, oh, I need my free time and whatever. But as it was at the time, I was quite lonely and I wanted that so much. But it still never happened, and that's okay. But again, it comes down to I've accepted being content rather than be happy, which is now I'm realising is not enough. And like this isn't aimed at, I'm not trying to blame anyone for my life, because like generally speaking I've got a fairly good life. I'm comfortable. The job I do is not mega hard, although it's got harder. There's more pressure. No more money, but what can you do? Yeah, so what can you do? I mean, I can remember, like I love my comedy. I refer to Friends quite often when I do these videos. If I carry on doing these videos, there's an episode in Friends where Chandler and Joey are telling Rachel to quit the job at the coffee house because she needs the fear, and that's probably why I've never quit my job. I've been there 14 years or whatever, and the fear of being out of work when I am so comfortable there. Like I said, it's never going to buy me a house, that job, but on the flip side, it's not going to put me in debt. You know, it keeps me comfortable. It lets me buy what I want to buy, to some extent, and it pays all my bills. So, but yeah, but the fear, maybe I need a bit of that. Maybe I need a kick up the arse. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, regarding my friends though, like it didn't, between the last ones, which was a few months ago now, probably more like 4 months ago. Me biting my tongue, like I said, I bite my tongue because I always have. Can't help it. It's just the way I am. I bottle things up until they explode. It's not good, but it's. I don't want to say it's the way I've been brought up, because I don't think the other members of my family are like that. But I feel, because I am this like big guy, people see me coming down the street and I've got a menacing look on my face or whatever, and people think I'm like untouchable and I'm strong and whatever, but I'm really not. But I act like I am, because some people need a strong person around, and in the last 15 years, I think I've played that part, but it's not a good role on the stage, so to speak. So I've got to stop doing that. I've got to stop taking everyone's problems on board, and start facing my own problems. But this is why, when I said to my friends that I need to be selfish, that's why it boiled my blood that they didn't understand. And like I said, they've got their own issues. You know, everyone's got issues. Everyone's got issues, but when you're suffering with depression, you don't face them a lot of the time. I'm now facing them. I set myself targets. This is something they recommend you do in the group sessions. So I set myself 3 targets to get completed, and like some of them got a fairly long time on them. Like one of them is, I want to learn to drive. I've been saying this for 15 years. I want to learn to drive. Well, on Saturday I completed my provisional driving license form online. Paid for it. What I've got to do now, because the letters come today, I've got to get a photo. Means I've got to do a mug shot, which is not my best thing, so I'm not very good in front of the camera. Do a mug shot, get it signed by someone who I've got to ask a favour of someone, which I think he'll be okay with it, and get that sent off, and to have 5 driving lessons by my birthday in March. So I've got 3 months, 3.5 months to get this done, which is doable, totally doable. It's all about setting achievable goals. Achievable goals. Don't set something like, I want to learn to drive and drive around a Formula 1 track at 200 miles an hour within 6 months. That's not going to happen, really, is it? But achievable stuff, like just learning to drive, or not even like passing your test, just have 5 driving lessons. That's all I'm setting myself. I'm on my way to doing it. The second one was to finish a commission painting that I started a year and a half ago now. I've been doing it for way too long. I should have finished it long before now. I'm very lucky. The guy I'm doing it for is a very patient guy. See, I don't. With my painting, it is personal to me. So I don't do half-assed jobs on it. I could just go, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's got 3 colours on it. That'll do. I don't do that, especially if I'm painting for someone else. I put everything into it. I make it my best stuff, and like when it's my own stuff, I can. Okay, oh well, that one's missing a bit of colour there, and it's not highlighted there, but I'm happy with it. It's okay. That's fine because it's my stuff. When it's someone else's, I do my very best. So this is why he's been waiting a while. But I want to get that finished by Christmas or New Year. Get it finished by New Year. And I've only got 1 model left to go. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. I actually have to undercoat that. I'm going to undercoat it today. In parts, because I need to magnetise it as well. But number 3 is to go out with friends. I know with what I've said so far, I'd probably have to make friends first, but it was supposed to be go out with friends away from my hobby. And tomorrow night I will be, and fingers crossed, I'll force myself to go to a friend's club, a gaming club as well. And it's kind of my hobby, but it's not, because it's totally different to this tabletop stuff that I play. And it's all new people, generally people I don't know, although there's a few that I know. And it'll be good seeing them again, because I haven't seen some of them for ages. And yeah, and I aim to do that 3 times before Christmas. I'm failing at it at the moment, but step 1 is to do the first one, and it might become easier. You never know. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow, after spending most of the day in Games Workshop painting, because I'm still out, even though I'm going out tomorrow night as well. I'll be out most of the day. But yeah, it's good, right, to socialise, and I haven't done that in a long time. Well, say long time. It's not been that long, but it feels like it's been a long time. So yeah, I'm going to my friend's club tomorrow, and it's in a nice place because that's where we have our club. So I know it quite well, and the food's good, the drink's good, yeah, it should be fairly cool. It's a shame my friend's not going to be there because he's got other commitments, but that's okay. I get to meet all his minions. Not calling you guys minions at all, but you know, me joking again. So yeah, so that's cool. I'm going to that. And I will be going to my club again on Monday. And me saying like that make it sounds like it's a chore, and it's really not. It's fun. I get to talk to people, and like we get to roll dice and play miniature war games, which is what I do. This is why I paint the models. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. But like I feel I need friends outside of the hobby as well, and maybe that will kill my time to do the hobby. But I've more or less thrown everything, all my energy, all my free time into this hobby for the last 5 years, and okay, it's not a bad thing, but maybe I need to look for a bit more. So yeah, I mean, like I say, I miss my friends. I miss the people I grew up with, and like I still have contact with a lot of my school friends on Facebook and stuff. Like this is 20 years after I left school. Like, you know, some of them make me laugh and smile and stuff. Even though I haven't seen them in 20 years, they're still. It's silly because like some of them live up the road. Like they literally live where I walk to every day going to work. Unless I haven't seen them in so long. It's I know a lot of people don't keep track of their school friends and stuff, but with social media now, you like generally, I suppose people do more than they used to. But yeah, but it's the friends that you grow up with, the friends I grew up with that I miss, and don't think this is me being angry at them or being disappointed in them or whatever, because it was my choice to cut them off. And yeah, maybe they did push my hand a little bit, but it was my choice. And so, but I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not even blaming myself. It's something that I had to do. I had to. It's. I don't like to use silly sayings and stuff like that, but I had to find out who I was. Like, you know, you hear like people say, "Oh, I had to go and walk and find myself." It sounds ridiculous because like, how can you look in a mirror and you're there? But it's not, especially when you don't look in a mirror very often. You know, because I was saying today, every situation we wear masks, and it's I'm sick of the masks. I used to be this really quiet guy, sit in the corner, but you harm my friends and family, and I'm the guy that stands up for them. But the rest of the time, I sat in the corner and I was quiet. But that's not me anymore. No, that is still in me. But again, I'm just rambling and speaking my mind. But yeah, I think I'm getting better. Not that depression is an illness. Well, it is an illness. It is an illness. But I think with the people that I'm getting to know in my group sessions, and the people that I've surrounded myself with now with my gaming, my wargaming, I think I'm getting there, and like it may be something that I have to deal with the rest of my life, but let's hope not. Yeah, like it's weird because I say I've been suffering with this for 20 odd years, back to my school days and whatever. Maybe that is right, but like it's felt worse this year, and it does go back to like I love my music. I'm so passionate about music, my rock music, and earlier this year, singer of Soundgarden Chris Cornell hung himself, and that affected me quite badly, which is weird because like I wasn't even into Soundgarden that much. except one song. I love one of their songs called Black Hole Sun. But that affected me a bit. And then Chester Bennington. I don't know how he done it, or whether it was pills or whatever, but he committed suicide as well. That really affected me. Like, I was watching YouTube videos and being close to tears. Like, and I don't think like my family have seen me cry since like my nan died when I was 15, I think. But I know I played a role of this strong guy and tough guy and blah 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 whatever. But like I'm very emotional. I don't show it. Like I said, I put a mask on. And I've just got sick of changing masks. So this is why I'm doing this now. I'm doing this videos. And people may never see this, but I'm pretty sure they will. And if you get this far, then wow, you've had an hour of me rambling, nearly. So I will cut it off in a minute. Once I've finished doing this guy, probably. And but yeah, I did this yesterday. I tried to do this yesterday, and I set it up so I thought it was all ready to go, and I sat and I rambled and talked about crap for like an hour and 10 minutes or something. And then realised I hadn't recorded anything, which is like, wow, that's really good. I'm trying to get into video making stuff and I can't even figure out how to record shit on my iPad. Well done, mate. But this one is recording. I know this is recording because I can see the record button is flashing red. So, and like the last night I think it was, I put a post up on Facebook because, like I said, I spill my heart out on Facebook sometimes, and like it's got me. People have blocked me from Facebook because of it. One of the old school friends that I was talking about, she deleted me. A couple of them actually have, but that's fine. That's not a problem. They maybe they don't understand, and that's okay, because you don't have to understand depression. It's just a bit of a bitch that some people deal with in certain ways and other people deal with in other ways. But I'm dealing in this way. This is my way of dealing with it. And one of the things they were saying in the session is about, don't be normal for everyone else. Be normal for you and sort it out how you need to sort it out. So I need, like, some of the people in the group, they needed to be very private about it and sort it out their way and talk to strangers and I understand that. I totally get that. It's helped me talking to people I don't know. Like, and they're all such nice people. It's like, it's weird how like the really nice people are the ones that suffer with things like this. And I'm not saying I'm a nice person. I can be an arse. But I try and be a nice person. It's easy being nice, I suppose. It's not. Sometimes it's very hard being nice. And I'm going to carry on. I've got one more guy to finish his second coat, and then I'll finish. It can be a very hard being nice. Actually, you need a bit more paint. But to the people at the group session, they're all so nice. and like going in and like hearing about people's problems and then hearing my problems. I'm like, I don't even understand, like, my problems are nothing compared to most of theirs. But as I said, everyone suffers with depression in their way, and it's personal to them. So yes, my depression is as important as anyone else's, and I have to get it dealt with because I can't go through life with this. I need to get it out of my head, and they are helping so much. Like, we've got a WhatsApp group, and like, I sometimes think I'm posting too much in there, and they've told me no, it's fine, because again, I'm the clown. I'm the guy that does the best to get smiles and laughs out of people, and some people say it's a good thing, and I've always said it's my aim in life is to make people laugh and smile, because it is good to laugh and smile, but like, even me with my depression, I laugh and smile and whatever, but it's when the laughing stops, that's when it's when your depression's not good. That's what I've got to deal with, like when I'm in my own head, so to speak. It's them times that I've got to deal with things, and I'm learning to. I went for a quite long walk Saturday, because I walk plenty at work, and Saturdays are generally my day of being lazy and laying on my bed dozing off most of the day. But this Saturday just gone, I got up and I just wanted to just set myself up and paint, but I was like, do you know what, nope, I'm going for a walk. So if any of you know, like, I live like borders of Southall and Hounslow, Heston, I live in. If any of you know roughly where Convent Way is, I walked from where I live, which is just right near Convent Way. I walked all the way to Hounslow West. I walked to Green Lane. I walked down to the Jolly Wagner and into Cranford, and down into Southall Lane and home. Down Convent Way and home. And that was about 10,000 steps. It was about 4 miles, 4 and a bit miles. And that was my task for the day. I got it done. But I had set myself other tasks, and I completed both of them as well. I done my provisional driving license forms. I've done it online. I have a form, but I was like, found a way to do it online instead. So I've done it. It's paid for. I've got to get the photos sent off, and then I will have a license to learn to drive. So keep your eye out, because I'm coming for you. And the other one was to, like I said, I love my music, and I've been wanting to learn to play the guitar for ages. So I spent just over an hour, because my parents came back and I had to help them with the shopping. Spent just over an hour playing my guitar, and I was actually really getting into it. I've got a game on my PlayStation called Rocksmith, and it's a guitar learn. It helps you learn guitar, and I actually managed to play a riff, which is like, compared to where I was when I last picked up a guitar. Oh, that's so good. But not boasting, but I played a riff. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. That's going to be next week, next Saturday. I'm going to do a walk as well. Oop, and chop stuff. I'm going to walk 10,000 steps again. Probably not the same exact route, because like, there's nothing impressive about walking through Hounslow West. Like, it is, yeah, there's no sights. There's just nothing. So I may walk into haze instead. Though haze isn't much better, but what can you do? Short of jumping on a bus, going somewhere, and going for a walk. But I'll do it my way. And then I'm going to do an hour on the guitar again on Saturday. And I've got to think up one more thing. I don't know what it'll be yet, but we'll see. And I'm going to carry on going because I'm going to beat depression. I'm not going to let it beat me. Just a shame that other people suffer with it like they do, and it beats them. But it won't beat me. I promise it won't beat me. It was support from my friends and my family. Like I said, I've got people that I count as friends on Facebook, who are mainly people I've known through wargaming, but I think of them as friends now. They're all quite awesome. I wouldn't say they're all as eccentric as me, because I'm a bit wacky, but there you go. But some of them are, and like, they're awesome. And some of them just they're alright crazy, but they're awesome as well. And yeah, I'm going to carry on because I want to. This is the main thing. I want to beat this. I don't want it to beat me. So, right, I'm going to end it there because I've ranted on for way too long. But thank you if you have got this far and listened to my crap. My videos won't always be like this, hopefully. I'm aiming to do more wargaming stuff, because these guys, like, this is a Hormigant, like, really bad. Yeah, that's better. But they get to this stage with me. He's fully painted, and yeah, like I said, I play war games and miniature gaming, and it's rolling dice and talking crap to people, but it's good for me, so I'm going to carry on. And right, so like I say, if you've got this far, thank you very much for listening. If you're interested in any of this crap, like, I have a Instagram page called BigFriendlyWarGamer big_friendly_wargamer, all in one, no spaces, but underscores between the three words. Check me out. I generally post everything I paint on there, and have done for the last 2 years now. But thank you very much, and all of my Facebook friends, you mean a lot to me. My family, love you all, and I will try and do this again soon. Thank you. Bye.